Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Chester's Place. Today, we are going to be looking at the team that you see right in front of you. This is the team that I drafted for the NCP Summer Slam 2021 Draft Tournament. So yeah, this was a 32, or is rather, a 32-person tournament. We got split up into 4 pools of 8 people. And then we just had a draft of those 8 people. So as you can see, 8-mon draft. I think that this is a little interesting. I've never done an 8-mon draft before. I've always done, like 10 or more. I think like the minimum on one of them was like 9 if you wanted. But yeah, that 8-mon draft is a little different, very different. But yeah, so NCP, National Competitive Pokemon, I believe. So yeah, it's a league run by Grandmaster D-Bay, Just Kurt, and OG Albina. Then you got a couple other people helping out in there, like Olivia Sama and stuff like that. So, but yeah, first and foremost though, thank you very much for letting me join in this tournament. I hope to have some fun, and I hope to be able to play some new people. So there's plenty of people in this tournament that I've never played before, some that I've never even interacted before. So it's always nice to play and meet some new people. So that's cool. I do think that there is some cash on the line, so every game actually matters, and this is a single elimination tournament, so that's cool too. So yeah, everything counts. I mean, we don't play to win, but win money rather. But nice incentive. Can't really hate on that. But anyway, though, if you came just to see the team, there it is. It's a rain team, as you can tell. You knew I was gonna do some kind of weather, and we decided on going with rain this time. So, fun fact: I was 8th pick. Out of my pool, so I knew I wasn't going to be getting any of the top tiers. Dragapult and Single Strike Urshifu were actually banned for this, but there was plenty of other good stuff, like Zygarde, Mew, stuff like that. So I probably wasn't going to be getting any of those 18-point mons, but I think we picked up an excellent 17-point mon. But we'll get back to him. We're going to circle our way around. So yeah, starting at the bottom though, we got Politoed. I know a lot of people hate on Politoed Rain, but especially for this one, I think Pelipper was somewhere around 12 or 13. And yeah, I used Rain Pelipper before. It's fine, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth that much, especially when you have Politoed sitting at 8, which is pretty good. And I mean, Politoed's still very good. It's very bulky. Can hit very hard still. Has okay speed. 70 is not the best, but it's decent enough. So yeah, and yeah, I think it's still fine. Also, it's not locked into boots a lot. You can run stuff like leftovers, damp rock, eject button. There's plenty of items that you can run. Of course, Pelipper can do that, but then you're at the risk of taking 25% from rocks. So yeah, there's that. Also, no 4 times weakness, which is nice as well. But yeah, that's Politoed. I think it's still very good. Hey, trust me, guys. I played Generation 5. That's when I got my start playing competitive. I know how to use Politoed. I think I'll be okay. But yeah, no, I like Politoed Rain. I think it's just fine. Good utility. Still hits very hard, and helps facilitate the team. I think it's cool. Alright, so next we're going to work our way over to the little ducky on the right there. We got Porygon 2. I think Porygon 2 is pretty good as well. I really wanted it so I could have a Pokemon that can just have a backbone, basically. Porygon 2 is going to be needing to be the backbone for a lot for this team, which is a little scary because knockoff kind of ruins it, but it's still got okay enough defenses, and yeah, I mean, but it can set up rain if I need it to. It can teleport, it can recover. It's nice bulky normal type, so those ghosts the Gengars and the Spectres of the world ain't gonna be firing off shadow balls and stuff all day, which is very nice. But yeah, I think that Porygon 2 is a great little facilitator for me. It's going to take some hits. It's going to recover off some damage. It's going to be able to teleport out into some of my offensive threats. So yeah, speaking of offensive threats, so we have my boy Barraskewda. I love me some Barraskewda. We picked it up in the UPA. That was the first time I got to play with it, and I'm very happy that I was able to pick it up. I love this stupid looking fish. But yeah, it's really good with Choice Band. You know, you can even run like Mystic Water. I've run like Life Orb and stuff like that once or twice. But yeah, it's just a good Pokemon. Flip Turn was an amazing tool for it. You know, gets good covers. You know, Close Combat, Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Drill Run, Iron Head. It gets plenty of good enough coverage moves, but most of the time it's gonna be coming in. It's gonna be clicking Flip Turn. Then we're gonna be being able to Flip Turn out into like Zapdos, Kartana, stuff like that. You know, to do some damage. And yeah, I think it's a good Pokemon. I think it's a great fit on this team. Obviously gives us that elite speed tier, 134, I believe it is, which is insane. And of course, with the rain and the Swift Swim, it's just lightning. This fish is lightning. It's so good. I love it. I love Barraskewda. It's just a fun, simple mon to use. Speaking of other fun mons to use, we have Kartana as well. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not going to be using Kartana. We're not going to be like, oh, well, we got Kartana because, it's 4 times weak to fire and, rain. No. It's not why we get Kartana. We get Kartana because, we want a nice, strong, offensive grass type. Steel typing is really nice as well. We ain't gonna be living frickin' flamethrowers still, even if the rain's up. Like, nah, we don't do that. but yeah, nah, I like Kartana a lot for this. Also gives us a nice speed tier of 109 as well, which is not bad. It's a little weird speed tier. It's better than 108. It's not outspeeding the Lotties but at least just outspeeding like those Terrakions and stuff like that, which is nice. Yeah, knockoff, Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, stuff like that. I'm not above freaking running Timid Cart. I love running Timid Cart. We use it in a Nat Dex League, and it was just such a fun Pokemon to use. But yeah, like Choice Scarf, Sword Stance, stuff like that. It's a really good Pokemon, and I think it's just a really good, strong offensive mon to pair with this team. Speaking of other offensive mons, we got the Kyurem, which is amazing. I used Kyurem before on a Hail team, so it's a little bit different, but yeah, I really like it. It gives us incredible special offense. Choice Specs Kyurem is so hard to switch into for a lot of teams, and with an 8-mon team, it's gonna be even harder sometimes because like what are like some of the best answers to Kyurem? Like not every team is gonna have one. So I can fire off like Choice Specs Dracos, Choice Specs Ice Beams and stuff like that. Focus Blast, Earth Power. I mean, this thing's got pretty good coverage. So yeah, my personal favorite set is the Choice Spec set. I think it just hits so freaking hard. Not to use resistances, just aren't really resistances, which is nice. And yeah, I think it's a great Pokemon. But of course, we can like run like sub roost sets, DD if we really get a matchup for it. Even though I don't think we will, because our other physical offense is pretty good. So yeah, but I think Kyurem is a fantastic mon to have on this team. I think it's just gonna hit really freaking hard. It's gonna get facilitated by some of our other mons as well. So yeah, I think it's great. Yeah. Our last bit of super offense, though, we got Pangoro. Never used Pangoro in draft before. I thought this was a good opportunity to, because we are in an 8-mon draft, so we need to try to compound some typings, compound some rolls. Pangoro gives us a fighting and dark type, which is nice. That's a pretty decent knockoff switch in. We are still weak to like the fighting types that are going to be trying to go into Porygon as well, so we'll have to watch out for that. But yeah, I like Pangoro. It just hits really freaking hard, man. You know, like close combat, knockoff, gets gunk shot. Also gets parting shot, which is really cool. I think that's great. Gives me a little bit of momentum with an offensive mon. It can help me go into like a Swords Dance cart or something like that, and you know, set up a little easier with that. That would be cool. But yeah, I think freaking Pangoro is fantastic. It's a good little bit of roll compression there with the typings as well. You know, those bulky sidekicks and those bulky normals won't be as much of an issue for me. A little slow, but yeah, it's okay. We have other options on the team. We could potentially set up Trick Room, like with our next mon, that Claydol there. Now, don't get me wrong, Claydol is not a great Pokemon. I know this. Trust me. But I think it's good enough. So for what I had, I think Claydol was pretty good. You know, gives us obviously that ground typing. So, you know, like the Tapu Kokos and Regielekis of the world can't just fire off their thunderbolts willy-nilly, which is nice. Yeah, gets up rocks. It's my only rocker, which is fine, I guess. Yeah, I do wish maybe I had a spiker, like an offensive spiker or something like that. But yeah, I think this team came out pretty well anyway. But yeah, but no, Claydol, it's gonna do its job. Pretty much, it's gonna, you know, set up rocks, might set up rain, take a hit, teleport out, come back in and sack it off. I mean, that's pretty much what it's gonna do. Because I mean, it's a Claydol. What do you expect from it, man? But yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. It gives those electric spammers something to have to actually think about, which is cool. So, but yeah, there's Claydol. I think he's a good enough Pokemon. Gives me spin as well. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's cool though. But what else are we going to do though but finish this off with the best Pokemon I have ever drafted? Freaking Zapdos. My boy Zapdos! I love this Pokemon so much. It's no exaggeration. I do think that this is the best Pokemon that I personally have ever drafted. I think that this Pokemon fits my style, fits my team building, fits my play so well. It is such an excellent balanced Pokemon. It has a great speed that, you know, it can still outspeed those like middle speed tiers, still have plenty of bulk, but still also hit really hard. I mean, it just fits me really, really well, and I'm so happy to try to be using it again. But yeah, so obviously gets Hurricane now, boosted by the rain, you know, and the thunder, you know, so we can run that dual stab. Great defogger as well. Boots was a fantastic buff for it. Static is super annoying, but yeah, that's it. I love me some Zapdos. It is like a Pokemon made for me, I think. So yeah, I probably should just draft it more, just even without rain. But I thought that this was a great opportunity, and yeah, I think this is a great Pokemon. I love it, and overall, I like the team. I mean, it ain't perfect. It's very offensive, but you know, we got like 4 heavy hitters there. Then we got like the best balance mon right there in the middle with my boy Zapdos, and then a little bit of a backbone. Granted, one of those vertebrae of the backbone is a Claydol, but what's you gonna do, right? So, but anyway, though, yeah, that's it. I like the team a lot. I think it's very often. It's gonna be very fun to use, very button clicky, which is cool. Works for me. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you guys watched all the way through this, you know, give me a let's go Zapdos down in the comments, I guess, because yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to be able to use Zapdos again. Such a great Pokemon. And you know, if you couldn't tell, it is my favorite of the legendary birds because it is the best. But anyway, though, that's gonna be it for this. Keep an eye out for videos for this tournament. It is a 32-person tournament, so a maximum of 5 games if we make it all the way to finals. I think I'm gonna be putting these up on Saturdays. Maybe I know this is going up on Sunday, but that's okay. Anyway, that's pretty much gonna be it. Like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. I love y'all. Deuces.